My name is Mashumba. I'm a founder member of MDC from Mashumbas East Province. In 1999,
we are right now having a situation where Mr. Chamisa's people are attempting to take over Harvest House. We have an independent electoral commission that must deal with this.
This is not an MDC member. You are not an MDC member.
Welcome to this edition of The Situation Right Now. With me, your host, as usual, Dara Blessed Mhlanga. Now, on this platform, we discuss the hottest political issues that are happening in our country. We also discuss social and economic issues. This is the platform for debate. This is the platform for discourse in this country. The situation right now. Now, just last week, and a whole lot of things happened last week. There was rising cases of political violence, both intra and outra party. The MDC alliance leader, Nelson Chamisa, was facing a barrage of attacks in Manicaland, in Mashingo, and an alleged assassination attempt. In ZANU-PF, their DCC elections, they're also getting violent. But the new party on the block, or the party that has promised the new politics, a politics of rational disputation, a politics of non-violence. In the words of its president, Douglas Mwonzora, he said there is no room for politics of rancor, but a politics of rational disputation. But there was violence at a press conference called for by Mr. Mashumba, a member of the MDC alliance. Mr. Mashumba was attacked in the full glare of the media. Cameras were rolling. That did not deter members of the MDC, where he comes from attacking him. Now, we are joined by Mr. Mashumba in the studio to discuss his attack and why the attack. Welcome, Mr. Mashumba, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Blessed, for inviting me to this studio.
We hope you won't be attacked.
No, I don't. This one is a safe place.
Amazing. Now, Mr. Mashumba, can you just tell us your relationship with the MDC?
Okay, firstly, I want to introduce myself. Firstly, I'm a founder member of MDC in Mashumbas East Province. I'm the one who started MDC in Mashumbas East Province as an information and publicity for Mashumbas East, whereby in 1999 I was elected, where Mpanduki was my chairperson, Chiwenga was my deputy, then Gabondo from Post and Telecommunication was my secretary. So I'm trying to review this so that people will know that I'm not a new member, I'm a founder member of MDC than Douglas Mwonzora, because he joined MDC. Prior to that, after I was elected at Farmers Hall in Marondera at this position. I went to Women's Bureau, whereby 10 people were elected from different provinces. So I was one of the guys who went there, who set some policies for us to start a new political party in Chitungwiza at Aquatic Center.
So let's talk about your current, because there's MDC Alliance, which also claims to have founder members and to be the real MDCT, and you are in the MDCT. So now let's talk about your particular relationship with this party that is led by Senator Douglas Mwonzora.
Okay, my relationship with this party led by Douglas Mwonzora is not good. It started from 2014, whereby Douglas Mwonzora won the Secretary General's post. But I want to reveal this meeting that Douglas Mwonzora did not beat Nelson Chamisa because of his popularity. In 2014, I was working in MDCT, Dr. Tsvangirai's office as a research officer. So we went there and reported to him that on all the nomination which has happened, Nelson Chamisa has managed 11 out of 12. So there is one remaining province, which is Manicaland. Then we advised the president that Nelson Chamisa has done it, is the next Secretary General. Then after that, President Tsvangirai was not happy with the ascendance of Nelson Chamisa. He said this young man is too ambitious. He must not get the Secretary General's post. That's when Dr. Tsvangirai said, no, I'll fix it. I'll go myself to Mutare on that nomination. Then on that day, that's where Douglas Mwonzora got one nomination from Manicaland, and it was caused by Morgan Tsvangirai. He moved around the whole country, directing all provincial chairpersons to vote Douglas Mwonzora. Out of 12 provincial chairpersons, only 3 declined to follow what Tsvangirai was saying. It was Justin Chitate from Mashumbas Central, and James Gumbi from Mashingo, and the other one is Mnyama from Mat South. So that's where now the problem started. Then fast forward in 2020, when we went for extraordinary, Douglas Mwonzora did not win that election because of popularity. He buzzed the people from airport, from different places who were not delegates to the Congress. So from that time, me and Douglas Mwonzora, our relationship was not good, and he accused me of supporting Dr. Ncube.
But wouldn't you say that Mwonzora is strategic? He managed to outstage Nelson Chamisa through, as you allege, the late Dr. Morgan Richard Tsvangirai, and he managed to upstage Dr. Thokozani Kupe at the EOC. This is a mark of a shrewd politician, wouldn't you say?
No, the problem with some of the leaders in MDC is that they don't understand Mwonzora more than me. Mwonzora is a crook. Mwonzora is too cunning. If you are dealing with Mwonzora, you must not listen to any word which comes from his mouth, because he can convince you that what he's doing is genuine and is straightforward. So most of the people, they'll end up believing that Mwonzora is a genuine leader. But after some time, when he is on that position, people will know now that no, we are dealing with a crook. But it will be too late. He did that to Morgan Tsvangirai. He did it to Nelson Chamisa. He did it again to Dr. Ncube. We even advised Dr. Ncube that this man is a crook. I've worked with him since 2014 until now. Right now, he's trying to crook ZANU-PF, lying to them that he won 2014 Secretary General's post, and he has got more support than Nelson Chamisa. That's why I've come here to tell the whole world and to tell ZANU-PF, especially ZANU-PF, that Mwonzora doesn't have people, even he can't get 1,000 people in the next coming election.
But why would ZANU-PF want a popular leader as an opposition? If they believe what you are saying, why would they support Douglas Mwonzora?
No, they thought maybe Douglas Mwonzora will split Nelson Chamisa's votes. So that if you go to election, some votes will go to Douglas Mwonzora, some will go to Nelson Chamisa. But now it's worse because the moment Mwonzora got that position, all the people have shifted to Nelson Chamisa. So ZANU-PF did a good job for Nelson Chamisa.
Some would say that you are bitter because the person you were supporting, who's Dr. Thokozani Kupe, was beaten hands down by Mwonzora. And this is why you're angry.
No, I'm not bitter and I'm not angry, but the position which I'm is that Douglas Mwonzora is not following what the Supreme Court judgment said. For instance, Morgan Tsvangirai appointed 2 vice presidents of MDC. Then somebody took him to court. And the Supreme Court judgment said, no, go back to where we were in 2014 so that you can go to Congress. But after Douglas Mwonzora clandestine won those elections, he appointed again 2 vice presidents, which Tsvangirai did. So what is the difference between Douglas Mwonzora and Morgan Tsvangirai? And Douglas Mwonzora is lying to people that is a constitutionalist. You see, how can you be a constitutionalist while you are going against the Constitution by appointing 2 vice presidents, which was not allowed by the Supreme Court order?
Let me get to your press conference. You were assaulted at the press conference. Who assaulted you?
I was assaulted by Yvonne Msarurwa, who is the National Youth Chairperson for MDCT, as well as an honorable member of parliament as a PR for Harare province. But I'm not happy with what Yvonne did, or I'm not happy with what Douglas Mwonzora did, because there are many press conferences which are happening there at Mid-House. We've got a person like Tsenangamu, he was from ZANU-PF. He held about 2 press conferences. I have never heard President Emerson Mnangagwa sending youth to go and disrupt his press conference. Recently, there were some war veterans who went there, who held their own press conference. But I have never heard the president of Zimbabwe, Emerson Mnangagwa, sending youth to go and disrupt that press conference. So I'm saying if ZANU-PF is not sending people to disrupt press conference, then Douglas Mwonzora through Yvonne Msarurwa are coming to disrupt somebody's press conference. It means they are above, those people are above the law. So I'm expecting the Commissioner General of Police, I'm expecting the Minister of Home Affairs, I'm expecting the President of Zimbabwe to arrest Douglas Mwonzora and his people because they are violating the dictates of the law of this land.
But in their statement, they say that Yvonne Msarurwa didn't assault you. He actually saved you from being assaulted.
If you can check from the video, Yvonne Msarurwa grabbed me by the collar and hit me across the ground. So it's a lie when she said she didn't insult me. That's blue lies. Yvonne Msarurwa is the one who took those boys from Harvest House in her car, and they bring them to at media center. So I'm expecting the government of Zimbabwe, I'm expecting the police of Zimbabwe to arrest Yvonne Msarurwa. Remember, Yvonne Msarurwa...
Did you report this?
I reported the matter.
And what has been the case?
The case is 1593-1021. That's the case number.
What has the police done? What have the police done about it?
So far, when I was beaten there, I went to hospital for about 2 days. Then after that, I opened the case on Saturday. So the police is busy with the matter. Then the other thing which I want to tell the world, Yvonne Msarurwa was convicted of murder of a policeman from Glenville. But she was taken out of jail by the president of Zimbabwe through pardon. So if somebody is taken out of jail through pardon, then within a certain period of time is commanding people to beat me, is commanding people to kill me. So that person is not entitled to stay here on earth. She must go back to jail.
You are angry. You sound very angry.
Yeah, I'm very angry because ZANU-PF is leaving Douglas Mwonzora doing what he wants. I've got another case which I reported to the police, whereby I wrote a letter to the Commissioner General of Police, I wrote a letter to the Minister of Home Affairs, and I wrote a letter to His Excellency to interfere on my matter, because Douglas Mwonzora is moving around. He's saying nothing can be done to me because I went to State House. So what type of a person, what type of a country whereby somebody will just do whatever he wants because he wants anything from ZANU-PF? So I'm urging the police of Zimbabwe, I'm urging the Minister of Home Affairs, I'm urging the President of Zimbabwe to arrest people who violate other people's rights.
But do you have evidence that they violated your rights?
Yes, they violated my rights because I've got freedom of association, freedom of expression. They come to my press conference, they disrupt my press conference.
They accuse you of misleading the people by saying that you were an MDCT leader was addressing a press conference. Why did you do that?
I went to the press conference to tell the world how Douglas Mwonzora is handling me. I'm an employee of MDC. I'm the chief of protocol in Dr. Cooper's office. In the president's office. I was employed by him, Douglas Mwonzora, where he wrote a letter of employment that Mashumba is employed by MDC in the president's office. I've got a letter from Dr. Cooper which said that I'm an employee of the party. I have never gone for any hearing. I was never summoned for any hearing. So if they say they don't know me, that's naive and stupid.
But you're not a leader of the MDCT. You're an employee. So why was your press conference written MDCT leader to address?
Well, what I did is I booked for a press conference at Media Center. Those guys, these are the people who advertise what they want. Even from my own press statement, which I will leave one copy here, it is written with Mashumba, Chief of Protocol in the President's office.
You didn't get the opportunity to read your press statement.
Yes.
Please, you can get that opportunity right now. You can read your press statement if you still so wish.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, the whole world. My name is Mashumba. I am a founder member for MDC Mashumbas East Province. In 1999, I was elected as the Provincial Secretary for Publicity, Mashumbas East Province. In 2000, then the Secretary General, Professor Ncube, appointed me as the first Provincial Administrator for Mashumbas East Province. A very powerful position, a position which runs the province. Then in 2005, where MDC split, I went with Professor Ncube. There I assumed the position of Provincial Organized Secretary for Mashumbas East. Then after 2008, when GNU was formed, I migrated to South Africa. When I came back in 2013, the late President Morgan Tsvangirai appointed me as a research officer in his office in 2013. Currently, I serve as the Chief of Protocol in MDCT, a position that I was appointed by Dr. Cooper in 2018 after we assumed the acting presidents after the demise of our leader Morgan Tsvangirai. Then 2014 Congress, item number 1. The beginning of the problem facing MDC today was the election of Douglas Mwonzora as the Secretary General of the party against the wishes and aspiration of the majority of party members in 2014. Mwonzora, a pathological liar, a man lacking probity, is going around bragging that he won the Secretary General's post in 2014, which is untrue. The truth of the matter is that contest was between the late Morgan Tsvangirai and Advocate Nelson Chamisa. I personally informed the former president that Advocate Chamisa had resoundingly won the Secretary General's post. From judging the nomination and the sentiment on the ground, it was at that point that the former president Tsvangirai disclosed to us that he was uncomfortable having Advocate Chamisa as the Secretary General, and subsequently went to Manicaland, where he instructed the party members to nominate Mwonzora. The late former president summoned provincial chairperson to Harare, where he openly told them to vote for Mwonzora and to whip their province to do the same at the Congress. Indeed, as fate would have been, Mwonzora won the post of the Secretary General's post, and only 3 provincial chairpersons declined to follow what Tsvangirai says. And these chairpersons were Kumbi from Masvingo, Jene Nyamnyama from Mat South, and Chitate from Mashonaland Central. 2020 MDC Extraordinary Congress. In open defiance of the Supreme Court judgment of March 2020, Mwonzora violated fundamental right of members of the party to choose their own leaders of choice. Mwonzora went on a paraffin speed to fire and recall party cadres and leaders, which is not what the court instructed him to do. 2014 structures were replaced by fake delegates, which were mainly drawn from Epworth and surrounding areas. Senior leaders who availed themselves to run for the president were fired from the party at the instigation of Mwonzora, in clear violation of the party constitution, which explicitly states that every member has a right to stand to be elected for any party position, and this should be respected without negotiations. Furthermore, I must point out that Mwonzora bastardized 24 elective structure for the purpose of the extraordinary in order to ensure that he won the case. The extent of violence and intimidation witnessed at the Extraordinary Congress is unprecedented since the history of the MDC. It is further shocking to note that immediately after the Extraordinary Congress, Mwonzora went to appoint an additional deputy president, which has been found to be unlawful by the Supreme Court. The appointment of National Chairman, Secretary General, other officers of Congress is also a clear violation of the party constitution. The constitution of MDC is very clear on the timetable for any Congress. The term of office of the 2014 office bearers expired in November 2013. And one wonders why, how, and why the current office bearers continue to exercise their functions. No one should be allowed to willy-nilly change those provisions for the purpose of self-enrichment. I am not blind to the fact that persistently using very undemocratic practice to lead the organization. It is in the public domain that the self-imposed leadership had blocked the people's right to elect their own leaders, and has unashamedly left one person to appoint, coopted his own cronies into the party leadership, a custom well orchestrated in ZANU-PF. Welfare of MDC employees. I want you to note on this. It is saddening to note that MDC, a party with strong labor roots, is failing to treat its workers with dignity. The party continues to ignore and defy all the relevant labor laws in dealing with its workers. Party workers continue with no contracts, no fixed salaries, no fixed pay days, no pay slip, no proper grades. Furthermore, it is disheartening to note that the parties will fail to pay as you earn to ZIMRA, to pay NASA dues and NEC dues. This understanding is due to Mwonzora to proximity and the protection by the government of the day. Pollard. Mwonzora is on record saying Pollard is a grouping of fake political parties created by President Emerson Mnangagwa. He has gone to claim that the current president stole the 2000 election. He's also said, went on to kill people. He said the president of Zimbabwe killed people on the 1st of August 2018. And also he killed people on the 14th to 16th January of 2019. It is therefore shocking to hear that Mwonzora is about to join Porat. This shows all and sundry that Mwonzora is a man lacking integrity and principle. They must chase them there at Porat like what was happening during he was at NCA. They must chase him like what NCA did to him. And then misappropriation of funds and money laundering. It is common knowledge that Mwonzora misappropriated more than 6 million Zimbabwean dollars grant to the MDC under Political Finance Act. It is common knowledge. Senator Ndlovu, Vice President Dr. Kupe, Chairman Senator Komish, and Senator Mthuli, confirming that indeed Mwonzora misappropriated, that the police have failed to charge the suspect. Perhaps this is due to his proximity to the head of state, which he claims grant him immunity from prosecution. Lastly, Government of National Unity. The MDC was formed to wrestle power from ZANU-PF, not to share power with it. It is alarming and concerning to note that Mwonzora is bragging to everyone who cares to listen that he is in talks with his friends at the Justice Ministry to postpone 2023 harmonized elections and enact a law that bans by-election. This is a willful violation of the Constitution. Thank you. That's my statement, Blessed.
And you have been in the MDCT, knowing all these things. You continued to serve with Mwonzora. Why are you speaking out now?
When Mwonzora clandestine won this election, I was the first person to write a tweet that I am not going to respect Mwonzora as the president of MDCT. So from that time, I was not happy until now.
Why didn't you? These things happened a long time ago. You speak about 2014 elections being stolen in favor of Douglas Mwonzora by Morgan Tsvangirai. You speak about a whole lot of things that were happening, and yet you continued to serve with him. Why did you do that?
No, me, I've just served with Mwonzora while he was a Secretary General's post. From that time when he won the elections, I was not in good books with him. Every time we were quarreling about my money, he stopped my salaries, everything like that. Since on the 27th of December 2020, my relationship with Douglas Mwonzora was not good.
So are you not angry because he stopped your salary? Is this why you are saying all these things? I want to understand why people should believe what you're saying right now.
I cannot be angry because according to the Labor Act, I'm supposed to be paid each and every month. So I cannot be angry on something which is mine. I'm just telling the whole world that Douglas Mwonzora doesn't follow any laws of the land. He's a crook. He doesn't respect anyone else.
How come he pulls of people that we've seen posting on social media, people who go to his meetings, to his rallies, yet you say he's a crook?
He has never had more than 50 people since he won the election. Very soon he was in Matabeleland. Maybe there were 10 people, 5 people. Doesn't have people that many. Where is he going to get the people? Where? Even me, Mashumba, if I stand here, Mwonzora stand here, then we go to Matabeleland and said, who supports Mashumba? You will see Mashumba having 1,000, Mwonzora 1 person himself. Let's go to Matabeleland right now. If you have one councillor or an MP in 2023, you ask me.
You're so sure of this?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure about that. Who can take Mwonzora as a serious politician? I heard people saying President Mwonzora. You know, man. No.
So Talk to me. You have been with Dr. Thokozani Kupe.
Yes.
He appointed you chief protocol, but she is serving as Mwonzora's deputy.
Yes, she's serving Mwonzora as the deputy, but she raised her concerns to Mwonzora, to the National Council and to the National Executive. Maybe he's trying to exhaust internal remedy.
And do you think she will succeed?
I cannot answer for her.
So are you still executing your duties as chief of protocol in Dr. Kupe's office?
Mwonzora stopped me from, I tried to go at harvest one day, then he sent these guys to beat me. This is the second time beating me. So I'm waiting for a dismissal letter from him. But they can't produce the dismissal letter. I'm challenging them, blessed, to say, Mwonzora, can you show us a dismissal letter for Mashumba? You can't. And how can Paulina Banyanya write a dismissal letter to me while I'm one of the guys who advocate for the Supreme Court judgment. Komichi Mwonzora, Pauline Gwanyanya, and Mashakara, where was the alliance? I and Dr. Kupe and other small guys, we fought for the Supreme Court judgment. They come and grab our party. You see, there are chances. That's why I'm angry. He's a chancer. Douglas Mwonzora is a chancer. He grabbed the power. He grabbed our party. We suffered for the Supreme Court judgment to be out, my brother. I'm not lying. Everyone knows that. I was very instrumental in anything which was happening towards the Supreme Court judgment. Mwonzora was dining with Chamisa. Comage was saying, Baba Abraham, Baba Chamisa. Baba Chamisa. Now he's saying, Baba Mwonzora. What type of a politician is that? He's a chancer. It's like Mashakada is telling Douglas Mwonzora is a founder member. How can Douglas Mwonzora is a founder member? He never went to Women's Bureau. He never went to Aquatic Center where MDC was launched. I went to Women's Bureau. I went to Aquatic Center. Mashakada is not a senior man. Mashakada, when I was the information and publicity, Mashakada was the vice chairman for Harare province, deputizing FEMAI. So I'm a senior member of MDC. No one can tell me that I'm a new person and they don't know me. Yvonne Msaro was in jail when we were busy fighting for the Supreme Court judgment. Now Yvonne is coming and telling me, hey Mashumba, hey Mashumba. So do you think, will I be happy, blessed? I can't be happy.
Is the MDCT a democratic movement?
It's not. It's not. Douglas Mwonzora doesn't know even the values of and the objective of MDC. He doesn't know. How can he be a lawyer doesn't know that if you want to fire an employee, you must go for a hearing? Did he did that to me? Nothing. That's why I'm challenging them. I'm challenging them there at Labour Court. And they'll win the case.
But you say he's got control over the police, over the president. So how do you...
Legally, I will win the case. Legally. But politically, maybe he can win. But legally, I will win the case.
Do you think he's been winning cases politically?
He's using the state.
And you know this?
I reported a matter when he broke into my office. He took 5.5 million. The state failed to arrest him. I wrote a letter to the Commissioner General. I wrote a letter to the head of state. Still, I'm waiting for a response from the head of state.
It took 5.5 million.
Yes.
US dollars.
US dollars. You see, even when he won that 27 December EOC, he broke into Dr. Kupe's office, which was I was in charge, and he took that man 5.5. There was no handover. There was no handover and takeover. He took a locksmith and broke in the office. He took 5.5. So you think he's a leader? He can't. If it was police was doing its own job, he was supposed to be behind bars.
Now, talk to us about this 5.5 million. What was Dr. Thokozani Kupe doing with 5.5 million US dollars?
No, it was my man. I was in everything, whatever, Sandra's stationery, everything like that. So I was I was in charge of all the keys, everything like that.
5.5 million or
5.5 US, not million.
5,000?
Yes.
5.5 thousand?
Yes, not million. Not. Thank you for correction. 5,000, 5.5. Yes, my brother.
And you,
everything where we put it and take it.
How did you know it was him who broke in?
He was the one who gave instruction to those guys to break the office. Because in a normal situation, when a president is going, they open the offices, you give and take. This is what, but it never happened. Just broke everything, took everything. So he's a thug. He's the thief.
Win the 2023 general elections by 66%. He says he will beat President Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa and also beat Nelson Chamisa in the elections. What is your view?
That's made he's failing to gather 100 people. He's failing to gather 100 people. So how can he beat somebody with 2.6 million? Even Love Momadou can beat Douglas Mwonzora. Out of all, even me, if I contest as a president.
He also alleges that his spokesperson, rather, witness to be alleges that you had links with Nelson Chamisa, and you're doing this on behalf of Nelson Chamisa.
No, I'm happy I forgot to clarify something. There is a photo which it was moving around whereby I was having, I was seated with Nelson Chamisa at the airport. That photo is for 2018 when we were receiving the body of the late Morgan Changrai. I'm not working with Nelson Chamisa. If you see the problem with Douglas Mwonzora, if he failed to run his party, he'll say it's Nelson Chamisa. Anything, Nelson Chamisa. Failing to pay workers, Nelson Chamisa. Failing to bring Mashumba for a hearing, Nelson Chamisa. Failing to pay Kudzanai Mashumba salary, Nelson Chamisa. Stealing MDC man, Nelson Chamisa. Everything is Nelson Chamisa, Nelson Chamisa. So what type of a person, what type of a leader? Instead to grow his party, my brother, 66 million is a lot of money, but he's doing nothing with that money. No supporters, no what. Project failed.
If you, Douglas Mwonzora, what would you tell him?
I've already told him that, Mdara, this thing failed. It's better to resign. No one likes you. No one likes him. No one likes Douglas Mwonzora. If you go around the street, people beat him. One day I saw a newspaper, Daily News, with his photo from Soro. They'll kill him.
But do you think that is the political atmosphere that we want to have in this country?
No, because that person is they hate him because of his deeds. If you see me, a senior person of the party, hating a president of mine, if I say so, what about general people? I feel sorry for him. It's better just finish this grant money until 2022. That's the end of Douglas Mwonzora. I'm not here about Douglas Mwonzora again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mashumba, for coming through to the situation right now, to air to give us your side of the story, and so that the people of Zimbabwe can also understand where you're coming from. Felt it was very important for us to give you an opportunity to read your press statement and to have an opportunity to be heard in a safe environment.
Yeah, safe environment. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The air was so safe than Media House. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us here on The Situation right now. And I'm your host as usual, Dara Blessed Mhlanga, bringing you the topical issues, the issues that matter. We answer the questions for you. The question, so what? This is the platform that gives you that question. This is the hottest political debate and discussion platform in the country. The Situation right now here at Heart and Soul TV and Radio. And I, your host, Dara.